Everyone sees modeling through the eyes of Instagram. They see the Gigi Hadids, the Kendall Jenners, the Instagram influencers, the Victoria's Secret angels, and they think that every model's life is so perfect and happy and everything is so glamorous. And I'm here to tell you that that couldn't be further from the truth because I was a former fashion model. So I started when I was 16 with a small St. Louis agency, and when I was 18, I signed with a bigger Chicago agency that I will not name any of those just for privacy reasons. And I was anorexic throughout my modeling time. So, what I want to explain today is that I think that we need to hold agencies and the industry accountable for why they want these models to be so tiny and how unfair it is to expect girls to be this small naturally, and even guys too. It's mainly an issue with girls, but I say guys too because you never know. So to begin with, I had an eating disorder. I was anorexic. I was 5'9" and I was 104 pounds, and my measurements were exactly a 32-inch bust, a 25-inch waist, and 33-inch hips. Now, they say around 32, 24, 34 is the perfect modeling size, give or take an inch or two, and they mainly want you to stay within those measurements. Like, I was told by my agency, you look perfect, you look good, don't change anything, stay the same size. And this was scary getting older because I started when I was 16, so when I'm 20, I'm like, I can't stay this size anymore. It's just not healthy for me. So, about the time when I was 19, turning 20, I gained about 10 pounds when I was recovering, and the weight, of course, has to go somewhere. I didn't go that much higher in my measurements. I gained about an inch on my waist and maybe 2 inches on my hips. But the point is that I was sent to a casting with a group of girls from my agency, and the way castings work is they send a lot of you and they ask the client, can you let us know if you like any of them and if you'd like to work with any of them? So I go to this casting and I am sent to try on the same dress as a girl who's 15 years old. Now, mind you, when you're 15, most people are very small when they're 15, and I was almost 20 years old and I was recovering from an eating disorder. So I was obviously bigger than this 15-year-old girl, on the other hand, and we both try on the same unflattering mermaid style dress. So I put it on, it's kind of tight around my hips and kind of snug on my waist, but I waddle out in the dress and I show the client, who is the designer. And he gives me this very disapproving, disgusting look of like, no. But then the 15-year-old tries it on and she gets the thumbs up, you can stay, where I'm told to leave. Now, what I think we need to do is hold agencies accountable for things like this, because why at almost 20 years old was I sent to the same casting as a girl who's only 15 when our bodies aren't supposed to look anything alike with that 5-year gap? So I do think it's unfair and I do think it's unhealthy. I think it's bad for anyone growing up looking at women thinking we should all be this tiny sample size. And I think it's bad for models too, that we don't get a say in this and we should be able to say, hey, no, I'm not that size, I shouldn't be sent to this casting. But I do think that there needs to be a push in the industry for this kind of change.